My name is Hailey Urban. I am a sophomore defender on the women's lacrosse team here. I am from Salisbury, Maryland, and I'm a transfer student from University of South Florida. So I've played lacrosse my whole life. I've played since kindergarten. My parents have ran a nonprofit sports league in the area that I live in. So I've grown up playing lacrosse. All of my family plays lacrosse. Two of my cousins play at Salisbury University, and I've always wanted to follow in their footsteps. I started playing club in about 6th grade competitively. I used to have to drive. My parents would drive me around 2 hours to practice twice a week to play for a club team that was originally going to get me recruited. So I played for Maryland United Lacrosse Club in Annapolis, Maryland. And from there, I got recruited to play at the University of South Florida for their inaugural year. And I ended up going there for a year. It was great. Knew that I wasn't going to get the time that I wanted, so I entered the transfer portal, and from there I ended up here. Yeah, the recruiting process in itself is very stressful, especially as a high school student. There was a lot of camps to go to, a lot of visits to go on, a very hard decision for someone to make so young. That eventually I was a late commit to University of South Florida because they were a new program. So I was part of their original recruiting class. I was the second commit to ever be committed there for a program that's going to end up being very big and successful. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity that I had to play there. I really like the area. Florida is always where I'm always known that I want to live when I'm older. So I really like the area. Tampa was super great. The school was fine. I really didn't enjoy my academics there. All my classes were online due to my high lacrosse schedule, so I didn't get to have any in-person classes, which is something that I like having here. So yeah, that ended up being a big portion on why I left, was the actual school in itself. Well, my recruiting class was 28 freshmen, so they all were my age. So I knew that everyone my age was better than me, and they were never going to graduate, so it's not like it was a waiting game. They were all my age, and they were better than me, so it ended up being a better decision just to go somewhere with a program that was already built. The two other schools that I was considering was Towson because it was close to home, and Coastal Carolina because they were originally recruiting me in the recruiting process. But I don't know, I really liked the campus feel that High Point had. I liked the academics that they have here, and they really focused on school rather than lacrosse. Necessarily is not something I had at South Florida, and not something that I felt was as big a deal at the other two. So this ended up being my favorite out of the three. Yeah, so I came in, I drove, it was about a 6-hour drive from where I live, stayed in a hotel, got dinner the night before with the coaches. Next morning, did a campus tour, facility tour, photo shoot, and then eventually just meetings with the coaches to finalize everything. The first couple weeks was a little bit different for me because there was more of a team culture here than there was there because everyone was just my age. There was no program established. So it was fun and a little bit scary at the same time having seniority on your team. But actually playing games that matter definitely make it a lot more fun. Originally, Mandy Brokamp, the senior captain, helped me transition a lot here, and then throughout the year I've made some of my best friends like Sam Flippo, Bryn Gardner, Eva Thorne. They've been with me the whole time. It was a lot more intense than I was used to at South Florida just because they take the conditioning and the workouts a lot more serious here than they did there. So it was a little bit stressful, and like a good stressful in that way, but other than that it went pretty smoothly. Lacrosse was super fun. It was everything that I wanted to transfer into. It's really rewarding. It helps me realize that I made the right decision on leaving. You're right, it was originally I came in the portal to do that, and it's very rewarding to get what you came in for. I hope to bring a lot of aggressiveness on the defensive end. I'm filling a spot of Caitlin Bear, who is the senior captain who tore her ACL for the second time. So it was big shoes to fill, so I'm doing the best that I can to fill her shoes for the year. I'm hoping for this year to make the all-freshman team because I did redshirt last year, so technically I'm an eligible freshman. So that's my goal in the year. I hope that first we beat Mercer in 2 weeks and then beat them in the Big South. If we win on the 12th in 2 weeks, it will be here. If we lose, it will be in Macon.